Scott and I and a couple other board members spent 2 miserable days because Wachovia was looking for a clause in our contract that would have stopped us from the transition we're making. We beat them thanks to a lot of hard work on our part and a sharp lawyer that we have. All right. Right now, the $2,300,000 still has almost $1,900,000. You got to realize that $300,000 automatically, like this, we had to pay off the SBA. One of the things that I'm very proud of with the board is by firing KW and hiring a new financial community company, we're going to save, just on that move, over $40,000 a year. Plus, if you dig into all the things that KW was hosing with, the number will be a lot bigger than that. Any questions? No questions. I must have done a bad job.
Okay?
I'm done.
Michelle?
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead. Harry's got a question. There's two
Is
questions.
there any way in the treasurer's report to get an indication of monies in and monies out?
That's a good question. We don't have a problem. We can change it and get those figures. With the new, we can tell you what we got in and what we paid out.
Yeah.
The problem right now is that I'm looking at, believe it or not, January figures, which is ancient history. But once we get the new company in, you'll be able to get almost right on the button information. That's a fair question.
Is there any reason to expect why we can't receive indications of monies out, what the expenses were due to?
You mean, can't give you that in a report. That's a whole laundry list. It'll take a half
Yeah,
hour.
it's a spreadsheet.
Okay, but what I would tell you in answer to your question is, anyone that wants that information is, all they have to do is give me a call, I'll meet them in the office, we're not hiding anything, and I'll show it to you. But for me to go through it and read all the expenses here, doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with that. Is there any reason why we can't have a spreadsheet that's distributed to the population at large?
The thickness, the volume of paper would be about between 3/8 to ½ an inch thick, typically. That's a lot of paper to print, a lot of ink, and a lot of distribution. You can stop by the office anytime that you like.
Is there any reason why we can't have a sample paper posted on the bulletin board, which would be one piece of paper?
Well, let me answer that.
Yes.
Can I have a sentence?
All right, just a
Let me
minute.
answer.
Edwin, pass it down. Oh, the recording area.
You're not gonna believe this, okay?
I can believe anything, Mr. Sanders.
You can believe it. Okay. When we took KW Management as our management company in May 1st, 2008, they put their program into our computers that we owned. Not one board member since May 1st, 2008 has ever had access to that program. The only way that we could get access to the program was to go to one of the office employees who work for KW and sit down next to her and say, I'd like to look at that. And then that's the way it worked, because they felt that their system was proprietary and they would not let us into it. A board member should be entitled to sit down to all the records of the association. We haven't seen one on a screen, and we begged for it. But however, the new management company that's coming in, the financial management company, is going to give every board member access to every record 24/7, 30 days a month. We can go into our records on the last day of the month, and we can see exactly where we are at any time. That's the big piece of progress.
I think that's great, Mr. Sanders. What
Yes.
I'm suggesting to you is, I, as a unit owner here, would like to increase the transparency and suggest to you and the board that what several of our unit owners
Okay.
would like to see.
There's something can be done.
Is a spreadsheet. There's no reason why we can't have a
No,
spreadsheet.
you're 100%
And
right.
There's no reason why a sample spreadsheet can't be posted on the
Absolutely.
bulletin.
There's nothing wrong
That's
with
what I'm
that.
suggesting.
Absolutely. I don't have any problem with that. We could also send it out on the internet to those unit owners who are not living here, and they can see the true financial condition as soon as we know it.
Thank you, that's all I'm suggesting.
Scott, may I would like to just interject here real quick. When we use the term United Community Management, that is our financial company. We are a self-managed community. I'm the licensed CAM manager and I'm also a licensed firm. Because we dropped KW, you saved approximately $60,000 a year in payroll burden that KW was charging, and another approximately $80,000 in door costs.
In what?
Door costs.
What does that
When a property management company bids on a community, the way that they establish their fees is through what they call a burden on your staff and door costs. So they charge you a few dollars for each door, and then you multiply that by the number of units in the property. Those are your door costs. So by going self-managed and you're using a company like ADP for your payroll, you've saved somewhere between $120,000 and $140,000 a year. So that credit goes to your board.
The difference between the burden on the payroll that KW charges us of 32.5% on every dollar an employee earned dropped down to about 15% as we become self-managed. We saved 17% just by getting rid of these people, just without all the add-ons that they charged us. They soaked us and they bled us dry. When I said they bled us dry, they really bled us dry. We lost over $100,000 a year. Much more, right?
Much more, yeah.
I congratulate you on your effort. My only point is I want some transparency and money.
I told you yes, I swear.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders.
Okay, go ahead,
On the
Beverly.
same boat for a change.
Yeah, Stuart mentioned that approximately $300,000 was taken out of the $2 million plus to pay who?
SBA.
It's along, we're required.
The SBA was owed over $300,000.
Who is that?
When we got, when the SBA loan required that any insurance settlement would be paid to them first, right, Stu?
Correct.
Okay,
That was the second.
all right, thank you. I think that now that we've had, oh, Michelle.
The social,
Michelle, I'm sorry.
she doesn't count.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm going to give you the report on this Ivy Social Team. The Ivy Social Team meets the first Monday of every month at 6:30 p.m. in the small card room. All are welcome who'd like to volunteer or participate. The last meeting was held on Monday, March 8th at 6:30 p.m. Among those who attended was Marvin Toe, Phoebe Cohen, Lily Gordon, Diane Milford, and myself. The Social Team is presently showing movies on Wednesday afternoons, Friday evenings, and Saturday evenings. At the Saturday movie, we are providing candy and soda during the movie and dessert and coffee afterwards. Saturday attendance is reaching high numbers, averaging between 55 to 70 people. A new state-of-the-art sound system was installed on Wednesday, along with a 5-changer CD player. Yoga classes are being held on Saturday morning, and the attendance is increasing each week. On Sunday, we now have ballroom dancing class, which is also progressing along. We are very fortunate to have Ed Kaufman volunteering his time. In February, we hosted a Valentine's Day dance, and the turnout was approximately 55 plus. March 20th is our St. Patrick's Day dinner dance. This is providing to be a success with 80 plus presently attending. We have hired 2 dance hosts, and we will have a team of 8 to work the party. George Navarro's wife is kindly donating 2 large trays of green rice as an appetizer. Ed Kaufman is generously offered to bake Irish soda bread, and your efforts are greatly appreciated. Ivy has purchased dishes, cups, and various other permanent products for the upcoming events. This will help to save on constant purchase of paper products. Ivy has also now obtained a minimal cost tablecloths and plastic vinyl clear covers to utilize for functions. This again will save in the long term on the cost of disposable paper. We are not only helping to save money, but we are helping the environment. We are going to ask Comcast about giving us a box for the television, which we can then have TV specials such as presidential elections, Indy 500 races, Sunday football on the big screen. We are also looking into getting karaoke started. The Social Team has taken over the arts and crafts space, and we have moved the ping pong into the racquetball room down the hall that was not being utilized. We're looking forward to the year to come and hope to provide entertainment for everyone.
Thank you. Okay, Terry, can you give him a sample of the The sound. This is the new movie sound.
If you're in Arizona, I'll follow you.
How do you like that sound? I just want to tell you people, all of you people,
Can I interrupt just for a second? These keys were found in the ladies' room.
I'm Charlotte. Thank
Okay.
you, so.
You can thank Jerry, he found them.
Jerry.
What's he doing?
I want to know.
this sound system would not have been in for this party or this week if we had to go and have a special meeting to do it. We polled the board members. The law allows us to ratify at the next meeting. This was approved, and that's why we ratified it, because we cut a check a few days ago. And only by using this method can we move quickly into correcting things that need correcting in the village. That's it. Otherwise, it would drag on for months. Okay. We'll go on to the next agenda item.
Of a security specialist has nothing to do with our security company. They'll work hand in hand, but the problem is that our security company cannot spend enough time here and deal face-to-face, one-on-one with unit owners, renters versus unit owners versus the association. He has to get involved with documents that have social security numbers and this type of thing on it. We don't want to place that type of burden on our security company. But both of them will work hand in hand. He's here to provide detailed services for us. He will work with the violations team so we can get some of the repairs the homeowners should be doing to their units done properly, or fined, one or the other. He doesn't work a fixed schedule per se. It is a 40-hour a week. It's a combination management or administration with hands-on. This property has just digressed so badly, as Scott said. We have a large volume of undesirable elements in this community, and we need to specifically attack that group and create a more harmonious situation. I've been in here various times of the night, on the weekends, and we've had situations that are just not acceptable. I've had 6 SUVs lined up in front of one building loading up laundry. Okay, and I'm sure some of you have. Now, in defense of our security company, I had a meeting with them just yesterday. We had a very good discussion. I believe it was very positive. And it was brought to my attention that they are still working under KW management directives. So, and KW management, specifically Gil, requested that they not tag vehicles without barcodes because he didn't want to deal with people coming in yelling at him. Well, I'm sorry, this is part of the territory. If you're a property manager, there are good points and there are bad points. Unfortunately, having people yell at you is some of the bad points. Of course, there's a 3-digit number you can call to resolve that issue for having undesirable element on your property. It's called 911. And this is where we're headed. We need to tighten up the community. This community in its heyday was a glorious place to be, and we hope to return it there.
The areas that are going to be covered, we need enforcement in every area. People coming in with passes, people who are delinquent. The laws protect us against these people. We don't have to give certain privileges to someone who's delinquent. This is going to be part of the work of the team that this security specialist is going to. If someone is delinquent, we have to foreclose on them, we have to get them out. If they've got squatters there, we gotta get them out. Everything is the law today. You can't just push people around. And they're so ingrained here, that if we did it without a security specialist, it'll take us 10 years right now. With this man, we can make big strides in the next 6 months. I think we can bring the community halfway back. We've got to stop all of the junk that's going on, the cars that come in and out, we have derelict cars here, we have people throwing garbage in the mail room on a regular basis. We've got every type of these problems are coming to us. We got people who are having parties at night when people are trying to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. All of this has to be addressed. What has to be done, the security specialist will report to the board of directors, and if it merits a fine, the board will levy a fine on that person, or that owner. That fine could be $100 a day up to $1,000. After a fine is levied, that fine has to be approved by a grievance committee at least 14 days later, and if the grievance committee approves the fine, we can place a lien on the property, and if we don't get satisfaction that he pays that money, because he will not be a owner in good standing. And if he's not in good standing and he has violations on his property, we won't let him rent his apartments. We won't let him get service at the gate. He won't be able to call the gate. This apartment I told you about, B1M, the guy lives in Boca, and he's been calling the gate to let these people come in. Gotta stop all this, and this is the way we have to do it, okay? Yes, I guess you guys can talk.
Just two quick things. We need some kind of, I think the unit owners need a phone number or something, and maybe that'll be coming, of a procedure of who to call, like late at night. Like maybe when the Rover's even off, I don't know what time they go.